Hello and welcome to Dream Life Designer. I'm Lauren and this is the second of 3 videos in which I am sharing the 3 essentials that are key to living your best life. I come out with new videos every week, so please subscribe below to be the first to know about them. In my last video, I talked about the importance of sleep to living your best life. If you haven't seen it yet, you can find the link down below and go watch that because it's so important that you get enough high-quality sleep so that you can live your best life. In this video, we're covering the second essential, and the second essential to living your best life is eating healthy. I'm sure you know the old saying, you are what you eat, and that is so true. If you eat healthy, fresh, natural, whole foods, your body is going to feel healthy and energetic and ready to go. But if you're eating foods that are processed and full of sugar and preservatives and chemicals, basically what we call junk food, then you're going to be feeling like junk. You're not going to have energy, you're not going to feel very good, you're probably going to have health problems down the line as a result of that. So what you eat really has a huge impact on your body, on your health, on your productivity, and what you're able to accomplish in life, and how much you are loving life, how you feel as you live your dream life, as you live your best life. And so if you're doing lots of great things, but you're not eating very healthily, your body's not going to be feeling that great, and you're not going to be living your best life to the fullest. Just like with sleep, a healthy diet has a huge impact on your mood, on your health, on your energy level, on your productivity, and on your overall quality of life. No matter how many of your goals and dreams you're achieving, if you're not fueling your body with healthy, natural, fresh foods, then your life is not at its best. The important thing is that your regular diet, what you normally fuel yourself with, the majority of things you're eating are healthy for you. And healthy doesn't mean necessarily boring or not tasteful. A lot of times people think of like cardboard food when they think of healthy, but that's actually very far from the truth. You just maybe haven't found the right healthy food to be eating, if that's your take on healthy food. Now, eating healthy doesn't mean you can't have the occasional sweet treat or not so healthy snack, but the important thing is that those are on special occasions you do that. They're not an everyday regular thing, just an every now and then special treat. Every person's journey to eating healthy is different. Everybody's body is different. People have different dietary needs depending on their genetic makeup, health conditions they might have, their activity level. All of those things determine your need in what you eat. And so not everybody needs exactly the same foods or exactly the same diet or calories, but there are certain things that are true to everyone. And the most important thing that is true to everyone, regardless of those other factors, is that you're eating fresh, natural, unprocessed whole foods. So for example, what this means is that you are eating a fresh peach that's picked in season versus a can of peaches that are canned in a syrupy sauce that are preserving them that way. The fresh peach is healthy for you. The canned, syrupy peaches, not so much. Another example is getting fresh ground hamburger from the store that doesn't have preservatives added to it. It's just ground beef. Making hamburgers at home with that ground beef. Versus buying a hot dog that's full of preservatives and nitrates and who knows what all goes into the hot dog. The hamburger's a natural whole food. The hot dog, not. Or for a snack, a great healthy whole food snack could be raw mixed nuts, whereas an unhealthy snack could be a bag of Doritos. Super processed, lots of chemicals and additives and things in that bag of Doritos. It's true for everybody that you want to try to eat foods that are as natural as possible, and you want to eat a variety of fruits and vegetables. You want to eat lots of different colors of them because those different colors contain different nutrients for your body, different vitamins and minerals that are vital to your body's functioning. So the more variety you have in your fruits and vegetables, the more of those essential minerals and vitamins and nutrients that you need will get into your body. Everybody also needs to eat a balance of protein and carbs in their diet. Protein is important for building your body up. And a lot of times people go one way or the other. Either people eat too much protein, which is really common in our American culture. The steaks that we're given at a restaurant in America are huge, which is multiple portions of protein. That's too much protein to be eating at one time. My husband and I, when we go out to eat, we usually split a lot of the food because the portions are so big, or even take some home with us because you don't want to eat too much protein at one time. That's not good for your body. But there's also the problem of erring on the other side and not eating enough protein, which a lot of people who are vegetarians and vegans fall into that because they have to get more creative on how they get their protein. So you need to make sure that you are getting enough protein, but not too much protein. So just a good, nice, portion of protein, not too big, not the giant steak. Also, carbs are important. I know that in our culture, there are a lot of diets that are no carb, low carb, and so people start to think, oh, carbs are bad. But We need carbs for our brains to function. Carbs are essential for our energy in our bodies and our brains, but our culture is also kind of like we're meat happy. We have giant steaks at restaurants. We're also carb happy. A lot of people, they eat the majority of their foods are carbs and are highly processed carbs, which are not good for your body. There are carbs in fruit. There are carbs in vegetables. Those are very natural, healthy carbs for your body. And then there's also whole grains, which can be good. Carbs can be tricky because different people have different needs with carbs. And I would say with this one, figure out for you what's best for your body. For my body, I do better when I don't eat a lot of grains. I notice that some grains make me feel bloated and sluggish. They make my stomach feel heavy. I gain more weight with grains. Fruits and vegetables are great carbs for me. I do eat occasional grains at times, but I try not to do them too often. Some people can't have certain carbs or grains because of health problems like celiac disease, so there's the possibility of that, which can limit what carbs you eat. My husband, on the other hand, he does better when he has some more carbs in his diet. He doesn't eat a lot of grains, but he usually has like a sandwich at lunch with some bread. I have one friend who does better with no grains at all. He used to love carbs, ate tons of bread and pasta and every type of carb you could imagine, and he had lots of health problems. Then he switched to not eating grains and only getting his carbs through fruits and vegetables. And now his health problems have resolved. He lives a super healthy life. So that's made a huge impact on him. And I have another friend who they can't go without grains. If they go without grains, they actually get physically sick. So it really depends on you what balance and what types of carbs you need. But you do need to have some carbs. You can't just eat steak and meat and protein and never have any carbs. Some people do that for a while to try and lose weight, but that's not sustainable. Your body has to have carbs to function. So whether it's through fruit, through vegetables, through grains, if you are eating grains, make sure they're healthy whole grains, that you're eating whole wheat things, that you're not eating highly processed things. So figure out what carbs are best for you. Just make sure not to overdo it with those carbs, to get what you need, but to not get too much. There's also some things that it is important that everybody avoid in their diet that are really unhealthy for you. One is MSG, monosodium glutamate. It's in a lot of snacks and chips because it makes your body not get tired of it. It makes you want to keep eating more of it. So it's a great thing to put in snacks because you keep eating more snacks. But it's not just bad because it makes you overeat. It's bad because of the way it interacts with your brain, the way it interacts with your nervous system. So MSG is not a healthy thing to eat. So I really try to avoid that one and not eat stuff with it at all. So when you're getting a snack at the store, when you're having occasional treats, you might want to check and see, does this one have MSG or monosodium glutamate in it? And avoid those treats. Another thing that's important to avoid is partially hydrogenated vegetable oils. That's a really unnatural type of oil that's man-made and highly processed, and your body doesn't function well with it. It causes a lot of high cholesterol problems and other health problems going on. And it's found in a lot of baked goods. High fructose corn syrup is also another highly processed, unhealthy type of sugar substance that's in so many baked goods and sweet treats and drinks, beverages, sodas. That's really unhealthy for your body and causes a lot of problems, can lead to diabetes and problems with your insulin production in your body. Excessive sugar is also something that you should try not to have too much of. Some people try to avoid sugar altogether. I eat it from time to time. I eat a little bit in moderation, but it should be something taken in moderation. And in American diets, a lot of things have sugar. So many things that you wouldn't imagine have sugar in them. Lots of baked goods have sugar, lots of salad dressings and sauces and things. So try to limit the amount of sugar that's in your diet. You don't have to cut it out entirely unless you want to go that far, but try not to eat sugar too often and eat too much sugar. And then, like I already mentioned, processed foods in general, they have a lot of those additives I already talked about: MSG, high fructose corn syrup, partially hydrogenated vegetable oil, sugars. They also have a lot of chemicals in them. If you look at labels of processed foods, a lot of times you can't even pronounce a lot of the things on there and you have no idea what they are because they're chemicals that are being put in your food, which is not healthy for your body. So really try to limit your exposure to these different types of foods. Check your labels, look and see what's in your food, and make the majority of the food you eat stuff that is a whole food, that's something you could buy on a farm, that you would find in nature, that's not processed. That's the basis for a healthy diet, is eating fresh, natural, whole foods that are not processed or very minimally processed. Those are the basics to healthy eating, but if you want to go even further with your healthy eating, there's some other things that I try to do in my life that I'll share with you, and you could try those out too if you want to. One is that I try to buy organic foods. So organic foods have no pesticides used on them. So whether it's fruits and vegetables that are grown without pesticides or farm animals that are raised on food that wasn't used with pesticides. Organic food is also not allowed to be genetically modified, so it's its most natural form. I also try to buy meats that are raised with no hormones, no antibiotics, and that are grass-fed if possible. Another thing I do is eat a lot of foods with omega-3 oils like fish, avocados, olive oil. Those are really beneficial oils for your body. They help you have healthy cholesterol. There's just tons of health benefits that science is finding with eating those types of foods full of omega-3s. I also personally avoid a lot of dairy products. I'm lactose intolerant, so in general, it's not a good idea for me to eat too much of it without a pill to help my body process it. But even with those pills to process it, I try to not eat too much dairy products because I just find that my body doesn't feel as good when I eat it. Might be different for you. Another thing that my husband and I do is we grow a lot of our own food. So we grow lots of fruits and vegetables at our home, and we also have chickens that we get our eggs from. So having those at our home really give us super fresh food. And the fresher your food is, the better it tastes. So eating a tomato picked right off of the vine versus one that's been in the store that was maybe picked when it wasn't so ripe yet, so it doesn't get smushed on the way, there's a difference there. So we love having that really fresh food at home. We also know the environment it's been raised in. We know it's really healthy. Another thing we do is we cook most of our meals at home. We do love to eat out from time to time, but when we eat at home, we know everything that's going into our food. When you eat at a restaurant, it's harder to know what types of things are being put into the food you're eating. So eating at home really ensures that we're having a really healthy diet most of the time. So those are some ideas. If you're already eating a healthy diet and you want to take it even further, you could try out some of those tips that I just shared. Also, are there any things I'm missing? Are there things you do in your life to make sure you're getting a healthy diet? What is it that you do? And what things do you find are specific to your body? I shared some of the things for me that I have to avoid or that I do better with. What works best for you? I'd love to know about those things. You can share those down below. It's always great to share tips with each other so that we can live better lives. My hope is that all of you watching are living your best life to its fullest with the most energy and the best health that you can have. So if you found this video helpful, please click a like, share it with a friend. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe so that you can stay up to date on the new videos I release every week. Next week, I'll be sharing the video with the third essential that's key to living your best life. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.